Hello, welcome to my mini library tour. Here we have the first shelf on my bookcase. I'm a little too tall for this tripod setup, so I'll just be a little slouched over for the first part of this bookshelf, and then I'll probably sit down to show the rest. So at the top, I have some of my favorite books. Throne of Glass has been one of my all-time favorite series. I think my favorite book out of this series, though, is definitely Empire of Storms. That one is so good. It was so fun to do the tandem read. And here we have The Knight and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I also absolutely loved this. Thought the magic system in it was so unique, not similar to anything that I'd read before, where the main character has visions by drowning. This is gonna be the first in a series. I don't know how many books, but yeah, it's the Stonewater Kingdom. My other favorite series, The Cruel Prince. I read this series at the beginning of the year, and this is pretty much what got me back into reading. I devoured this whole trilogy. I really loved the FMC, and I also really loved the MMC in this. Carden and Jude, I love them, and I heard that Holly Black is gonna release another book from Carden's POV, so I'm so excited for that. I don't know when that'll come out, but yeah. And then next we have The Stolen Heir duology. This took me a little bit of time to read after The Cruel Prince because I just loved these characters so much. I wasn't ready to move on, and also I didn't love Oak and Ren from the first books. I didn't hate them, but I didn't love them. But then once I started those, I absolutely loved them. If you read this trilogy, I definitely recommend that you read these two. They are so good. I love Surrender. Of course, The King of Elfhame. Okay, now moving on to the second shelf on my bookcase. Here we have all of my hardcovers, especially those with sprayed edges or just special edition. So first we have here the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. I absolutely love this little design that goes through all the books. I love when series do that. I'll include a clip of a little zoomed in version of this as well. This is the last book I read, The Shield of Sparrows by Daphne Perry. That one is so good. I definitely recommend it. It's worth the hype. At the beginning, it was a little similar to The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen, which I read like 1 or 2 months ago. That left me wanting to know more about what's gonna happen next. At the end of this book, we still have a ton of questions that have not been answered, so I'm super excited. Spoiler warning, jump ahead to this timestamp. It left me so curious to know about the main character Odyssea's backstory. Like, we know something's up about her. We don't really know much about her mom other than she also had red hair. And we also found out that she's like the only one that reacts so harshly to the Volters, the magic people. So we know something's special about her. So yeah. Next we have The Book of Night, also by Holly Black. I have not read this yet. Let me know if you've read it and really liked it. I liked her other books a lot, so I'm excited, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I know there's a second book coming out this year. And then here we have Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent. This is the Barnes & Noble edition. Oh, this one I really loved the cover. It has such a pretty naked hardback. This one was also kind of similar to The Knight and the Moth in that the FMC has a cloth covering her eyes and she has a special sight. So if you enjoyed that one, maybe try this one out. This is Crowns of Nyaxia novel. So in the same universe, but different character. Here we have 2, I think, thriller books. My dad read these and then gave them to me, but I have not read those. Next, we have also one of my favorite reads of the year. This is The Sword Catcher by Cassandra Clare. This cover is stunning, and the sprayed edge also beautiful. Nothing here, but here we do have some nice foiling. I'm waiting on the second book. The second book is out. I just have not received that yet. Next, we have The Stars Are Dying. I love these sprayed edges as well. It'll focus. Also a naked hardcover design. I got this when I was visiting family in Colorado, but I was just so busy that I didn't really get far. And then when I started like a month later reading it again, I just could not get into it. So I think I'll just have to wait until I'm in the right mood to read this. Also got the second one, so hopefully I enjoyed the first one. A very popular TikTok book or book talk book, The Silver Elite. I really love this sprayed edge. It's so pretty. This book I did not love. I think I gave it 3 stars, something like that. I just hate when the main characters are supposedly enemies to lovers, but clearly they're interested in each other like from the moment they meet, so I just do not love that aspect. I think I'll give the second book a try depending on the blurb that they provide. And next we have Blood of Hercules. This is the collector's edition. Such pretty sprayed edges. And then it also has a little foil here. This book, I really enjoyed it. The writing was like very modern, so it was very easy to get through. I read it literally in 24 hours. I breezed through this. It was such an entertaining, fun read. I will absolutely be reading book 2 later this year. Yeah. We have The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This one is also so beautiful. I have not read this yet. I'm kind of a mood reader, so I just have not been in the mood for this yet, but I'll definitely get to it. Okay, next we have the last complete shelf on my bookcase. I just have a little Lego of Japan. We were there last year. I thought all of the colors matched all the colors of ACOTAR. Well, here we have ACOTAR, another series that got me back into reading. I love A Court of Mist and Fury. I just heard that there's gonna be an ACOTAR 6 book coming soon, so I'm excited about that. I hope it's about a new set of main characters. I'm kind of ready to move on from Nesta and Cassian's story from this. I definitely hope it's about Azriel and whoever he ends up with, or maybe Lucian. That would be interesting. And then here we have Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. It does really bother me that this book is not the same size as others, but oh well. I don't know if I read it at the wrong time when I wasn't in the mood for it, but I just thought it was all very slow. Not my favorite. Then we have One Dark Window, Shepherd King duology. I also really loved this. This one is one of my favorite books of the year. So good. Also with Rachel Gillick, she has such unique magic systems. In this one, it's based on tarot cards. People wield magic through tarot cards. And then the main FMC is so unique. She has this monster living inside her mind. Yeah, you should definitely read this. Check it out. I was a little hesitant to start this because I thought it was gonna be like super dark and gothic, but it was so fun. The second book I also liked, but I didn't love as much. I just didn't feel as much of a connection with Emery and Elspeth's cousin. I was kind of sad that we moved on so quickly from the focus on Elspeth and Raven. I definitely recommend this as well. I think I enjoyed this even more than The Night and the Moth. I heard very good things about Lady of Darkness. I do know that it's a longer series, like 5 books I think. I'm definitely very excited for that. I also really want to read Daughter of No Worlds, that series, but currently out of print because it got picked up for traditional publishing, so I'm just waiting for that. I also really want to read On Wings of Blood. That one is also going to be traditionally published, but I think maybe in October that one comes out. Here we have The Bridge Kingdom. I also read the second book, but I read that one on ebook since I couldn't find this same edition. I could only find the old design and I didn't want the mismatch. It wasn't my favorite, but I enjoyed it. Then we have these two. I love the design on this. It's so pretty. The first book, I almost DNF'd this several times. It was so hard for me to get through. I did not like the FMC at all. She did not try to find a way out of her unfortunate circumstances. I know that she was threatened and everything, but I just wish she would have fought back a little. We have a little visitor that was knocking on my door. Say hi, Simba. So yeah, now we have some special guests. This is Simba, his sister, Miss Pepper. Last but certainly not least, we have Noelle. They're all siblings, about 7 months old now. Where are you going? I did not like this one very much, but this one is very good, so it's up to you if you want to push through this to get to this. Next, we have When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I think this one was a bit overhyped. I enjoyed it, but I didn't fall in love with it. Maybe that'll change with the next books in the series. I don't know when the second book is gonna come out. I think maybe later this year. Completely forgot what happened. I only remember that there's dragon, which is a major plot point, but yeah. I think I'll give the second one a try though. Next, we have The Wind Weaver. I really love this cover. It's kind of reminding me of the Phoenix from Harry Potter. It's kind of cool. I have not read this yet. I've heard good things about this, so I'm excited to read it. And last, we have my little half shelf here. These were some of the first books I got when I got back into reading late last year. I still have not read them. I just have had some books that I've been more excited to read, but I'll definitely get to those. Here we have Vicious. I think when I was in high school, I read her Darker Shade of Magic series, and I really loved that. So I'm excited to read this. I know this one is more sci-fi than fantasy, so I'm interested to see how I like it. I have this book that I got at a bookstore here in India. This one just caught my eye. This one I tried to read, but I couldn't really get into it. Definitely try again. I think the cover is really pretty. It's kind of a mystery. It's about this woman who is going to investigate a crime. So yeah, I haven't really been in my crime era yet. I've mostly been in my fantasy era. And then for the decor, this is just some confetti I got from a concert and their light stick as well. And then here we just have some dust jackets that I am not using currently. This one is for Fearless, which I like the naked hardback more to display. This one, I'm currently reading it and I just don't like reading with the dust jacket. But here we have the book, very thick. The beginning was a little slow. It's pretty much my first, I think, urban fantasy. It's been good. I don't think it's my favorite genre, but I'm definitely really enjoying this one. I also know Crescent City is an urban fantasy, but I have not read that. That's the only series by Sarah J. Maas that I haven't read. But yeah, I am currently almost halfway through this. It's kind of giving me dark romance vibes more than fantasy so far, which I do enjoy, but I'd like them to lean in more towards the fantasy element a little more. But we'll see. I'm only halfway through and I know there's like 4 more books and they're all super long. Yeah, that's my current bookshelf tour. These are just the books that I've gotten within the last few months. I think I started reading back in November, December of last year. I also have a library back at my parents' house. It has a lot of my teenage and adolescent books. But yeah, I just wanted to show my current collection and I'm so excited to see what new books I'll add next. Thanks for watching.